Hi, this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Our devotion for today, January 7th, 2022, is from the Gospel of John, chapter 6, verses 30 through 34. I'm going to read all of it. So they said to him, "Then what sign do you do, that we may see and believe you? What work do you perform? Our fathers ate the manna in the wilderness, as it is written. He gave them bread from heaven to eat." Jesus then said to them, "Truly, truly, I say to you, it was not Moses who gave you the bread from heaven, but my Father gives you the true bread from heaven. For the bread of heaven is he who comes down from heaven and gives life to the world." They said to him, "Sir, give us this bread always." Well, Jesus has just fed 5,000 men with bread and fish the day before. Now, having moved to the other side of the sea, those who were fed looked for Jesus all over the place, and they finally found him on the other side of the sea. And they asked Jesus how he got there. Jesus knows that they've followed him, and they sought him out only because they want more free bread to eat. A conversation takes place between Jesus and the people about not seeking things that are temporary, but instead seeking that which is lasting and permanent. The difference between the bread that the ancestors ate in the wilderness, the manna, was that it was temporary. But to eat the bread that comes from the Son of Man, being offered by God, is something that is lasting. It's eternal. The people asked Jesus, well, what sign will he do that they might believe in him? Which is really a strange thing, since he gave them a sign the day before by feeding 5,000 men with just a few loaves of bread and a couple fish. And it's here where we face our sinful nature, that refuses to let us understand the miraculous works of God that take place each day in our presence. We find other rationale for the things that happen, refusing to acknowledge that they may be done by the power of God. We refuse or are unable to see what God is even doing in our own lives. And instead we give credit for what is happening to something like coincidence, karma, fate, luck, or even our own skill or ability. There are even religious scholars who argue that no miracle took place with the feeding of the 5,000. They say that when Jesus had his disciples take the fish and bread around to feed people, they in turn took out their own suppers and shared what they had brought with others. And if that's the case, well, then why were the disciples so concerned and anxious that the crowd be sent out so they wouldn't have to feed them? Oh, the lengths we will go to deny God's involvement and action in our lives. We are always looking for God to give us a sign so that we'll believe. And then when God does give us a sign, we often refuse to believe God is the one who gives it. As his conversation with the people draws to a close, Jesus has convinced the people to seek the bread that comes down from heaven and satisfies the hunger of humanity forever. They ask Jesus to give them this bread always. If you too would like this bread, it is found in the sacrament of Holy Communion. It is the bread that is the broken body of Christ himself laid upon the altar and then shared with those who believe in Jesus when they come to the table during worship. It is available for free for all who come. It is available to you for free. So come. Go in peace, serve the Lord.